The Fairchild-Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II is a single-seat, twin-turbofan engine, straight-wing jet aircraft developed by Fairchild-Republic for the US Air Force. It is commonly referred to by the nicknames Warthog or the Flying Tank, although the A-10's official name comes from the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt, which was a World War II fighter bomber effective at attacking ground targets. The A-10 was designed for close air support of friendly ground troops, attacking armored vehicles and tanks, and providing quick action support against enemy ground forces. It entered service in 1976 and is the only production-built aircraft that has served in the US Air Force. Its secondary mission is to provide forward air controller and airborne support, by directing other aircraft in attacks on ground targets. Aircraft used primarily in this role are designated A-10. The A-10 was intended to improve on the performance of the A-1 Skyraider and its lesser firepower. The A-10 primary weapon design is around the 30mm GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon. Its airframe was designed for durability, with measures such as 1,200 pounds of titanium armor to protect the cockpit and aircraft systems, enabling it to absorb a significant amount of damage and continue flying, hence the nickname the Flying Tank. Its short takeoff and landing capability permits operation from airstrips close to the front lines, and its simple design enables maintenance with minimal facilities. The A-10 served in the Gulf War, the American-led intervention against Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, where the A-10 distinguished itself. The A-10 also participated in other conflicts such as in Grenada, the Balkans, Afghanistan, Iraq, and against Islamic State in the Middle East. The A-10A single-seat variant was the only version produced, though one pre-production airframe was modified into the A-10B twin-seat prototype to test an all-weather night-capable version. In 2005, a program was started to upgrade remaining A-10A aircraft to the A-10C configuration, with modern avionics for use with precision weaponry. The US Air Force had stated the F-35 would replace the A-10 as it entered service, but this remains highly contentious within the US Air Force and in political circles. With a variety of upgrades and wing replacements, the A-10's service life can be extended to 2040. The service has no planned retirement date as of June 2017. The A-10 has a cantilever low-wing monoplane wing with a wide chord. The aircraft has superior maneuverability at low speeds and altitude because of its large wing area, low wing aspect ratio, and large ailerons. The wing also allows short takeoffs and landings, permitting operations from primitive forward airfields near front lines. The aircraft can loiter for extended periods and operate under 1,000-foot ceiling with 1.5-mile visibility. It typically flies at a relatively low speed of 300 knots or 350 miles per hour, which makes it a better platform for the ground attack role than fast fighter bombers, which often have difficulty targeting small, slow-moving targets. The leading edge of the wing has a honeycomb structure panel construction, providing strength with minimal weight. Similar panels cover the flap shrouds, elevators, rudders and sections of the fins. The skin panels are integral with the stringers and are fabricated using computer-controlled machining, reducing production time and cost. Combat experience has shown that this type of panel is more resistant to damage. The skin is not load-bearing, so damaged skin sections can be easily replaced in the field, with makeshift materials if necessary. The ailerons are at the far ends of the wings for greater rolling moment and have two distinguishing features. The ailerons are larger than is typical, almost 50% of the wingspan, providing improved control even at slow speeds. The aileron is also split, making it a deceleron. The A-10 is designed to be refueled, rearmed, and serviced with minimal equipment, and its simple design enables maintenance at forward bases with limited facilities. An unusual feature is that many of the aircraft's parts are interchangeable between the left and right sides, including the engines, main landing gear, and vertical stabilizers. The sturdy landing gear, low-pressure tiles and large, straight wings allow operation from short rough strips even with a heavy aircraft ordnance load, allowing the aircraft to operate from damaged air bases, flying from taxiways, or even straight roadway sections. The A-10 is exceptionally tough, being able to survive direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive projectiles up to 23 mm. It has double redundant hydraulic flight systems, and a mechanical system as a backup if hydraulics are lost. Flight without hydraulic power uses the manual reversion control system. Pitch and yaw control engages automatically, roll control is pilot selected. In manual reversion mode, the A-10 is sufficiently controllable under favorable conditions to return to base, though control forces are greater than normal. The aircraft is designed to be able to fly with one engine, one half of the tail, one elevator, and half of a wing missing. The cockpit and parts of the flight control system are protected by 1,200 pounds of titanium aircraft armor, referred to as a bathtub. The armor has been tested to withstand strikes from M23mm cannon fire and some strikes from 57mm rounds. It is made up of titanium plates with thicknesses from 0.5 to 1.5 inches determined by a study of likely trajectories and deflection angles. The armor makes up almost 6% of the aircraft's empty weight. Any interior surface of the tub directly exposed to the pilot is covered by a multi-layer nylon spall shield to protect against shell fragmentation. The front windscreen and canopy are resistant to small arms fire. Although the A-10 can carry a considerable amount of munitions, its primary built-in weapon is the 30 by 173mm GAU-8A Avenger autocannon. One of the most powerful aircraft cannons ever flown, it fires large depleted uranium armor-piercing shells. The cannon gun is a hydraulically driven 7-barrel rotary cannon designed specifically for the anti-tank role with a high rate of fire. The cannon's original design could be switched by the pilot to 2,100 or 4,200 rounds per minute. This was later changed to a fixed rate of 3,900 rounds per minute. The cannon takes about half a second to reach top speed, so 50 rounds are fired during the first second, 65 or 70 rounds per second thereafter. The gun is accurate enough to place 80% of its shots within a 40-foot diameter circle from 4,000 feet while in flight. The cannon gun is optimized for a slant range of 4,000 feet with the A-10 in a 30-degree dive. Operation Iraqi Freedom began on the 20th of March 2003. 68 aircrafts took part in early combat there. By the numbers, a declassified report about the aerial campaign in the conflict on the 30th of April 2003 revealed that the A-10S had a mission-capable rate of 85% in the war and fired 311,597 rounds of 30mm ammunition. A single A-10 was shot down near Baghdad International Airport by Iraqi fire late in the campaign. The A-10 also flew 32 missions in which the aircraft dropped propaganda leaflets over Iraq. In September 2007, the A-10 with the Precision Engagement upgrade reached initial operating capability. The A-10C first deployed to Iraq in 2007 with the 104th Fighter Squadron of the Maryland Air National Guard. The A-10C's digital avionics and communications systems have greatly reduced the time to acquire a close air support target and attack it. A-10s flew 32% of combat sorties in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. The sorties ranged from 27,800 to 34,500 annually between 2009 and 2012. In the first half of 2013, they flew 11,189 sorties in Afghanistan. From the beginning of 2006 to October 2013, A-10S conducted 19% of CAS missions in Iraq and Afghanistan, more than the F-15 Strike Eagle and B-1 Lancer, but less than the 33% flown by the F-16. In January 2016, the US Air Force was indefinitely freezing plans to retire the A-10 for at least several years. In addition to congressional opposition, its use in anti-Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant operations, deployments to Eastern Europe as a response to Russia's military intervention in Ukraine, and re-evaluation of F-35 numbers necessitated its retention. In February 2016, the Air Force deferred the final retirement of the aircraft until 2022 after being replaced by the F-35 on a squadron-by-squadron basis. In October 2016, the Air Force Materiel Command brought the depot maintenance line back to full capacity in preparation for re-winging the fleet. In June 2017 it was announced that the aircraft will now be kept in the Air Force's inventory indefinitely.